Words can travel thousands of miles. May my words create mutual understanding and love. May they be as beautiful as gems, as lovely as flowers. Um, this that's a saying by Thich Nhat Hanh from one of my favorite books, The Heart of the Buddhist Teachings. Um, right before my flight, I was gonna take this book, and then I decided not to, but for some reason, right before I left the house, I grabbed it anyways, and it ended up being the book that they let everyone borrow to read during the monastery retreat. So it's been really nice uh, rereading this book. The first time I read it was 2 years ago, and it's like what started my practice. So it feels good to like reread it after all this time of practicing. I'm almost done with it. And they also gave me a book called The Eight Gates of Zen, which I'm almost done. I would have definitely finished it before leaving, but um, the last week was a intensive 5 day silent retreat, and so we weren't allowed to journal, to read, to look at people, to speak. Um, so I haven't read in a while, but I think it'll be good to maybe I'll read a little bit on my flight back home. But I'm officially in New York City. I got back yesterday, and it ended up being a really nice day. I was gonna book a bus ride back to the city, but one of the residents was actually driving to New York City. So he drove me, my roommate, and another resident, and we all drove together to the city. And it was really wholesome and beautiful. Um, kind of talking about our experiences and exchanging our final goodbyes. Today, I officially said goodbye to my roommate and the person who drove us here. So it's official. Like, I have no idea when I'll see these people and if I'll ever see these people ever again, but they'll always hold a special place in my heart. And I'm really thankful I got to meet so many beautiful people and experience different types of connections that I've never experienced before. Um, I was talking to a friend earlier today. I've only I've only hung out with two people, which has been a lot. I've hung out with like two people in the last like in no, I've hung out in the last 24 hours. I've hung out with I've talked to five people, which is a lot for me. So socially I'm drained a little bit. Um I haven't had like the usual alone time that I usually have, but I think it's great, you know? I feel like it's nice to like let myself live. Not everything has to be a routine. And I I was supposed to fly out today, but I got offered by Delta like to stay an extra day because of the weather for free, and I needed that. I woke up so tired today, and I did so much today. I said goodbye to my roommate, and then I visited the Brooklyn Temple, and then I was talking to people there, and then I met up with my friend for dinner, and there was like a bunch of errands that I had wanted to do, but I had woken up so exhausted. I slept late last night and slept only like 6 hours, and so I was exhausted. So when I found out that my flight was being moved to the next day, I was very happy. And tonight I was able to get a lot of solo time, which was very much needed. I took a really like a 2 hour bath. Like I have a bath here where I'm staying. So I did like a little bubble bath and I watched an episode of my favorite show. I washed my hair. I was like saying affirmations. I was like brushing my hair. I haven't done affirmations in years, but like it naturally rose tonight. I don't know, I just felt like I needed some like self-love and comforting. Um and I'm all packed. I'm all ready to go back to Florida tomorrow, and I think after I make this video, I really wanted to make this video. So, another form of self-care. And I think after this video, I'm going to try to write a haiku. I'm not like I don't call myself a writer, but I've been trying to write a little bit of poetry. Yeah, out of curiosity. So yeah, it's been really nice. I feel really good being back in New York City. Like this place feels like home to me. Um, yeah, I would love to come back here and like live here, if I were to have the chance. But I was taking the bath and I was just like kind of reflecting of like, yeah, that would be amazing. But like I don't know, I feel like whatever my life ends up being, it's like gonna be amazing. And yeah, I feel like ever since I've been back here, like everything feels like enough. I was walking to this matcha place I wanted to try earlier today, and I was just like walking. Like usually when I'm in the city, I always have my headphones on. I'm like listening to music, and I was gonna do it. I did it out of habit, and it just like I was like, I don't know though. Like there's just something about being in the subway and like all these people here, and like that's enough. Like this noise is enough. I'm like walking down, and I'm like, there's all these people that are having conversations that are laughing. The birds are chirping. There's people riding bikes, and then it started raining. Like there's like the rain. Like that's enough. Like I don't need to like listen to music all the time and shut out the world. um I definitely have like been very sensitive to like people's energies. When I first got on the train, I could just everyone was just like on their phones, and everyone looked so tired. It was like 5 p.m. and I'm like, yeah, it's been a long day for everyone, and everyone probably got up early. Some had breakfast, some people didn't have breakfast. Some people had a great day at work, other people probably didn't. And they're exhausted. They do this every day. They get 2 days off, they do it again, and hopefully it's for a job they like, but it might not be. And they, yeah, they might be resting, they might not be resting. And I was just like sitting in this train and just like feeling the energy, and just being like, I really hope that everyone has like some time for themselves to take care of themselves. And yeah, I hope that everyone is able to take space for themselves. um I've felt very closed, not closed off, but it's been like I feel like I don't really know how to explain my experience as a whole. I feel like it was so much, and I'm noticing as I'm talking to people, I don't really know how to say it other than like it was great. It was what I needed. It was not. I didn't get what I want because there was nothing that I wanted, but I got what I needed, and I'm really thankful for the experience. And like that's literally all I have to say. But I always like I've been trying to tell people, ask me something like specific, like something to dive into. But also there's like parts of myself that are really intimate and I want to keep to myself. And I had some experiences, and there's some experiences I don't think I want like comments on. I don't think I want any input on this like really beautiful experience. So part of me is definitely a little resistant and like very careful with who I talk about this. And one really big thing I'm really not trying to do is like project my beliefs onto people. I really just want to be an embodiment of the practice. I don't want to be like talking about the Dharma or whatever, or like, explaining the Eightfold Path to people. I just want to be able to be present with people, have a conversation with people, and yeah, like be myself and like hopefully create a space where like that person is themselves. I haven't made a video in 2 weeks, but like so much has happened. The next video I really want to make. 2 weeks ago, I had an art practice retreat, and that was really beautiful. I made some pieces, so I really want to show those pieces and kind of talk about them. I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. I put them all in a folder, and a lot of the pieces are made with like emotions and presence, so it'll be fun, I think, to show those art pieces and kind of explain the emotions and see what new insights come out of that. So yeah, I had an art practice retreat, and then the last week was session, which is like an intensive 5 day meditative retreat. So basically, I would wake up around like 4:15, and I would be sitting for about 6 hours a day. Usually, we meditate for like 2 hours a day for the past 4 weeks, but this last week I was meditating like six hours a day, and then no journaling, no reading, no talking. We would eat meditating. Um, it was called like orioki, and it was super cool. Um, yeah, I don't want to make this video really long, but we would basically have like all these bowls and be chanting and eating and bowing and all as we're like in this meditative posture. So it was a really beautiful experience. Um yeah, I it was really cool to see how much the things around us cause so many thoughts, because stripping everything away, my thoughts were really minimal and I was just like in the present moment doing these things. Like the first 2 days, I had all these thoughts, and then as the days went by, like there was no phone, no book, no anything to generate thought, no conversation to generate thought. So it was interesting to see like those thoughts like fade away like that. And I feel like by the third day, there was this very clear mechanism of thought, like a way of thinking that when it like interacts with these things, generates like a form of anxiety or a form of opinion on something. So that was really cool to explore. And I definitely want to do silent days back at home, like maybe for a day or two, just be silent. I've yeah, I and then I found like a Zen Sangha center in Orlando, and they do half day sits once a month, and then every Sunday they do their service. So I'll also do updates on that, like how that reintegration goes. But so far I'm really trying not to make it a big deal to like go back to society. I'm really not trying to like have expectations on like what I'm going to do, but I'm definitely like there's this natural pull to meditate still. Like this morning I wake up and I'm just like I'm just going to sit. I want to sit and I'll do it. I haven't been able to do it in the evenings because I'm traveling, but I hope we'll see if I do it. I would really like to sit twice a day. Um, but yeah, I just like wanted to do a little quick check in on like how I'm doing so far. I'm I don't think there's a lot of stuff to pick at for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience, and yeah, I'm really thankful um for my life, and I'm really excited for what's to come. I find the world very exciting, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say. And um, I hope you have a beautiful day.